What is going on, guys? I'm Bear.
And I'm Abe.
And welcome to Nerd Rage TV.
Today, we're fucking guitars.
Yeah!
Woo! And in one snap, we'll be right back. Whew. Holy shit, I'm back.
Whoa!
Whew. Whew.
I don't ever want to do that again.
I mean, I appreciate the jams, but...
Right.
Whew. All right.
Oh, wait.
All right, guys. What's up? Well, how's it going, guys? We're excited to be here today. We're going to keep the video game theme rolling today. We're going to talk about Call of friggin' Duty today.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about what's happening in the Call of Duty world right now.
But
But we're also going to mention a few things that are just kind of about E3 and what's going on. Maybe we're also going to give you our E3 schedule towards the end there. But let's start off about talking Call of friggin' Duty.
alrighty.
Okay.
Woohoo!
So let's start with Black Ops 4. Man.
Ooh. Starting off on the head, man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, alright, I'm going to have to go in on this one because I've owned it and I've been playing it for a long time now.
This is all
since it came out October. Treyarch, Activision. Treyarch, Activision. Let's have a little chat. Look, I mean, if you play Call of Duty, you already know what's going on. You know what I'm about to start talking about. It has to deal with the extreme microtransaction problem. We've mentioned it before on the channel. We've talked about microtrans just for a small period of time in one of our last few videos. But this is one of the bigger issues that I wanted to talk about, and I talked to Bear about this already. But man, okay. So if you guys don't already know, which would be surprising to me, Black Ops 4 came out last year, and one of its biggest decisions was to move towards a multiplayer-only style game. And so they have multiplayer Blackout, which is a battle royale experience, and they have zombies, of course, zombies. You can't go wrong with zombies. I'm a huge fan of zombies, just so you know. So there's a couple of other big problems I got to talk about towards after the first microtrans problem. So look, the game comes out, you pay $65, right? They introduced the Black Ops Pass, and of course you're going to want to get that because you want all the new multiplayer maps. If you're a Zombies fan, it's a must-have because you're getting the new zombie maps and you're continuing the story. Okay, so that's another $50 bucks, about $50. So now you're at about like just shy of 120. So then they're like, okay, well, we're going to make it so you can not only earn just by playing the game, the more time you spend in the game, the more you earn, right? A nice little supply stream where you get, items and whatever, character customization and weapon customization and all that fun jazz. And even you get the brand new weapons every operation. So you get a bunch of free content. But then they're like, okay, so we have a big loophole of a ton of other content for you to be able to go and get. So they're like, okay, we're going to make it so you can just buy whatever the hell you want. You don't have to randomly earn it in the loophole. So they do it. Starts off and everybody's like, that's a little pricey. It's a little pricey, but whatever. Next operation rolls around. Start introducing, special cosmetic-only weapon variants and other things like that, or like blackout characters or skins for your multiplayer character. And prices start to go up. And then we get to this point in the operation before the one we're currently still in, which is Operation Spectre Rising. So it was Grand Heist. In Grand Heist, they decided that they were going to introduce a new melee weapon and make sure that you could buy it. They added like 10 reserve crates. $30 fucking dollars. Are you shitting me? For a hammer. For a melee hammer in a game, which is just a reskin of the pre-existing melee weapon, the combat knife that you can just go around slicing people with. It does the same amount of damage. There's nothing different about it. It's just cosmetic. For $30. Sure. They give you some crates. Whatever. Right. These crates are not going to guarantee you anything. You're probably just going to get 10 sets of freaking stickers. Stickers! What are the point of the stickers? I get the whole, like, you want to add more stuff for the emblem stuff, for emblem editing. But these things, you can't use them to edit anything in the emblem editor. They're just stupid little stickers that you can throw in.
Yep.
And it's the supply streams are chock full of them. The loot pool for the, like, basically supply drops, chock full of them. How the hell are you supposed to get the things you want? And then in this operation, they decided to screw things up even further, even though everybody had already said, stop doing that, do something better, try again. Their try again was to take a camo, which usually at this point, if you get one of these typical like camos, because they're reactive camos, you're supposed to be able to get them and use them on every gun. Right? They're like, okay, hey, guess what? We're going to take this awesome reactive camo that everybody kind of wants to get because it's this badass camo from Zombies that everybody loved that was in Black Ops 2 as a, you know, like $1 camo or whatever. They're like, hey, now you have to go and earn this through the loot pool randomly for every single gun in the game. It's not for, you don't get it once and you have it for all your weapons. You don't get it once and then have it for that class of weapon. You have to get it for each individual weapon. They also added weapon charms. Awesome. But guess what? You also have to get each of those individual charms for each and every... So they basically made it so the loot pool, now on top of having all these great things that you might not have already earned yet, there's another 500, 600 items just added because of stickers, consistent amounts of duplicate camos and all that for each individual weapon pieced out. So then you have this stupid problem where in the loot pool before this operation, there were 500 items in total that you could earn through just randomly, you know, through supply drops. At the beginning of this operation, that went from 500, which, you know, every operation adds like 100, 200 items. And now, you went from 500 to 1,000. 1,000 items. And the earn rate of a supply drop in the game, from just playing it, takes an hour to get one item. One random item. And it's not duplicate protected. So if you already have the item, so you get screwed. So the average player, if you don't play constantly, like 15 hours a day, if you're just playing like 1 hour a day, even at that, you're not earning these items. You're not going to get it's almost halfway impossible to get the items you want. And so this whole huge thing has happened now, and it's absolutely tarnished the game. The game already had a ton of problems. Everybody loves the multiplayer, but the problem is before the bare bones game modes came out, the specialist weapons and equipment absolutely tarnished what could have been a great multiplayer. Right. A great, like, Treyarch multiplayer, like Black Ops 2. And you know how much fun Black Ops 2 is.
That one.
So, anyway, look, they have all these problems, and then you get to Zombies. Zombies is not getting any of the content that they said. There was a bunch of content missing that they said an entire year ago at this point, when they revealed the game. They were like, oh yeah, we got this cool new mode called Factions, and we're going to have this thing happen. We're still second-guessing ourselves on when the hell Factions is actually going to come to the game. up to 4 months after the game's release, Zombies was so fucking broken that it would blue screen and crash every single time you get to past round 20. Just playing it, you couldn't even play it for 4 months. And then on top of that, it's just okay. So Black Ops 4 is a frustrating mess right now.
Yeah, big time. Let's just hope they can just something, pull back. I don't know.
Yeah,
something
they
to
gotta
fix
do
the
something.
issues because
Yeah.
that's just ridiculous.
It's crazy. But now there's another bigger problem, right? So, really quick before we get into Call of Duty 2019, which is the positive side of things in Call of Duty here, Black Ops 5. Black Ops 5 is a thing that's happening. How do we know this? Oh, I don't know, because it's coming next year. Ooh, what? Okay, so if you guys didn't already know, and I won't spend too much time on this, but look, Sledgehammer basically is like half the size it was of last year. And so they're supposed to be making next year's Call of Duty, like in the normal 3-year cycle. But of course, the whole situation got screwed up, and apparently because the founders left and they took like half of the company with them, they've been having an absolute hell of a time trying to finish the next Call of Duty. So Activision was like, oh, no, we need to get this done now. So they took Treyarch off of Black Ops 4 and said, we need you to make the next year's game a year ahead of what you're supposed to be working on. And so now Black Ops 4 is going to continue to suffer even worse because they had to take all of their attention and work on the next year's game. I could go on about this for a long time now, but I'm not going to because we want to talk the positive stuff. Let's talk about the next one, right? Call of Duty 2019, man. This one's exciting, right?
Mm.
You know it. Oh, I was so excited. Okay, so they released the teaser today. So we know tomorrow. Tomorrow is 100% going to be the reveal trailer, the big reveal of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Not by the way, not Modern Warfare 4. It's just called Modern Warfare. We're assuming it's a reboot at this point.
That's what I'm thinking. This has got to be a reboot of some type because, and for them to call it Modern Warfare when they already had a
Yeah.
So, I don't know how it's going to pull off.
Yeah.
What they're going to do here.
It's exciting though. Like I'm excited just to see it. It's been a long time since we've had a Modern Warfare game, and even though I had an extreme hateful relationship with Modern Warfare 3, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare were some of my fondest memories of Call of Duty, right? And then on top of World at War. So I'm excited to come back, right? I mean, how would you?
I definitely, big time. Like, I'm really, really hyped on it. Really wanting to see what comes out of it. Like, even if it is a reboot, like, what are they going to bring into it? Like, are they going to bring in, kind of stuff? Because when it first came out, back when Modern Warfare came out, and the different things that was even said back then that was supposed to be possibly in the game, this and that, but never could have happened. Maybe they're going to pop it into this one.
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to, up the graphics, up the gameplay. What are they going to do exactly? But I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, for sure. It's happening tomorrow too. It's gonna be so much fun. Hell yes. Yeah. So like I don't know. Yeah, I'm just excited about just about it, the fact that it's coming back in general. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to play that game again. Just because it's just it's a fun memory. But the cool thing is we know for sure campaign is coming back. They made that like a marketing point, because the Black Ops 4 was like, we're not going to do campaign. And the Infinity Ward's like, we're going to do campaign though. We got you. Don't worry. So yeah, well, see, I think besides like, Infinity Ward in general, I think is the like the main studio that I like the campaigns from too. Like the Modern Warfare series campaigns were just so much fun. And I'm gonna admit it on camera, I absolutely hated Modern Warfare 3, but the campaign to that was so much fun. I played the campaign and I couldn't play.
See, that was different for me because like I've always been a multiplayer person.
Yeah,
I've always been the one to go out there with other real people and just battle and stuff. And it's like I've always been that type. I've always loved it. I've never been too fond of the campaigns, but I'll tell you, the campaigns just seem to get better and better and better, and totally changing my mind about it.
yeah.
And when you really get into it, the story behind everything and the places that you end up even at during the multiplayer games, you're like, that's how that place ended up becoming. You know, it's like, oh, that's how it worked out. This is how zombies even ended up because of that campaign, because of that story. So that's what I really love about it. When they get better and better, it makes me like it even more.
Okay, so a lot of people did not like the last Infinity War game. It was called Infinite Warfare. I absolutely loved that game, very specifically because of its campaign. I think what they did in that campaign was just, I was like, dude, this could be a huge like sci-fi series. Like, for real, it could be its own thing. If it didn't have the Call of Duty name to it,
right,
and it didn't have like the multiplayer, what it did, the zombies was even a lot of fun. And honestly, like, it's dude, like, but like, I just love the hell out of that. The zombies was good. The campaign was just like, dude, this could be a really, really cool big sci-fi thing, right?
Yeah.
But of course, it was tied to the Call of Duty series, and everybody was irritated about the future setting and whatnot. So it's obviously it bombed, and nobody gave a shit about it. But I absolutely like commend them for that. So if they live up to the story that they did with that game, and go back to the Modern Warfare, stuff, this campaign could be a lot of fun. And I'm a big single player FPS guy. I've always enjoyed the hell out of that. But here's the other thing. I still love multiplayer too.
Right.
I've played multiplayer to death. I've played, like, my favorite multiplayer. Again, another controversial opinion is Advanced Warfare. I played the living hell out of that. The multiplayer in that. I spent way too much time on that. But then, like, World at War was my multiplayer just love affair. Like, that was just so good. But yeah, like, I'm just excited to play this game. It was like, I think they could really knock it out of the park, and then being back in the Modern Warfare series is gonna be fun. So
big time.
Okay, so we got a couple of topics to talk E3 wise, and then we'll give you our schedule at the end here. Dude, so a couple of years ago, Square Enix, the guys behind, Final Fantasy and all that,
right?
They were like, hey, guess what? We're doing an Avengers game. And everybody was like, what? And then for 2 years, dead silence. Today, they dropped a little like, image or whatever on the internet saying, Avengers E3 2019. Check out our press conference. We're just like, yes. It's like, I'm ready for this. Especially after Endgame, dude. And if you guys are new to the channel, go check out our videos on Endgame. We have plenty of them. So we're still riding a little bit of the hype train.
Oh yeah,
and
it's not gonna stop.
And the fact that there's an Avengers game coming out, dude, that's gonna be so much fun. If it's anything like the Spider-Man game that just came out, or like the Arkham series for Batman, sign me up. Because if I get to play freaking Iron Man and beat the shit out of some fools, I'm down. Let's do it. Plus, it's Square Enix. I mean, they're known for their big, huge, RPG style games. So I wonder what that's gonna be like. An RPG like Avengers game. What do you think, man?
I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be really interesting. It is. I just don't know how well it's going to go. I don't know how well they're going to turn out, what they're going to put in, how much of the Avengers, like, from the movies are they even going to put into it.
Right.
Adding, like, are they going to add just a little bit, different spots here, especially the big important things. what are they going to do? Like,
right.
But I'm really interested to find out exactly what they're going to be doing. I can't wait.
I tell you what would be really cool is if they take like the core ones that we know and love from like the movies, so like, you know, Captain America,
right.
Hulk, Iron Man, you know, just Thor and like the main ones. If they take them and then they like add in, because it's a video game, so they don't have to worry about the well, I mean technically Disney owns rights anyway now, but we could see Spider-Man, Wolverine, like there could be tons of just really, it could be really cool. We'll see. I won't get too hype about it, but man, does it look like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does.
You know, there was another surprising leak today that I was really surprised about. And it goes back to the E3 thing. Have you ever played the Fable games?
Yeah.
I love Fable. Fable 4 is pretty much confirmed at this point. It's gonna be one of the bigger games revealed. I'm like, dude.
I love the Fable games.
That could be really a lot of fun. I'm sure that'll be a really big highlight for E3 as well.
Oh, I'm sure.
And it kind of sucks that it leaked.
Right.
but that's another thing to look forward for the Xbox conference. Because we already talked about it a little bit, but like, dude, so we got Halo Infinite, Gears of War 5, and Fable 4 in one go, dude. And I'm sure at this point there's probably like Forza Motorsports 8 or something, whatever the next Forza game is. So I'm sure they're gonna have like 4 or 5 huge like first party games that are dropping.
And of course, your boy right here is still gonna be looking for that new GTA.
Yes,
somewhere in there. Yeah. Somewhere in there. I'm waiting for it. Like something about GTA is gonna just pop in there.
Definitely do it. Like Xbox is the place to do it this year. So
big time.
I mean, for real.
But yeah,
Rockstar, we're looking at you. But yeah, dude, like the E3 is gonna be exciting this year.
Oh yeah,
for real.
Now, speaking of E3,
yes,
we are going to be on it.
Yes,
like on it.
Yes,
from the beginning day when it starts.
Yep. And so we've set up a big plan. I'll let him give you the actual schedule, but I'll just give you the really quick rundown here. So we're doing a joint channel thing here, right? I'm going to start the coverage on my channel with reactions, and then we're gonna jump back over to the Nerd Rage, and we're gonna break some things down, and then we're gonna finish the reactions for the week. So we're doing all of the major press conferences. We're doing big reactions and breakdowns. So I'll let you guys know. So the first 2 are me, and then the rest are going forward.
Starting off, of course, on his channel. So, of course, make sure you check the link down below, for that. On June 8th, when it all kicks off. Of course, Saturday, June 8th, will be the EA reaction stuff. So, all the stuff that has to do with EA for this coming year. Everything that they got planned. I can't wait. I can't wait for the new stuff.
Which includes Star Wars, by the way.
It does.
Fun.
I almost forgot about that. Like, I'm sitting there going, wait. Yeah. So, definitely can't. I'm paying attention to that one. So, and then, of course, Sunday, June 9th, we're going to end up talking about the Xbox and Bethesda stuff that's coming out. Like, anything you really want to throw in there on that one?
So I'm going to be doing individual reactions for both, which, by the way, my E3 theory is starting to look golden right now, because Bethesda's conference is later in the night and Xbox's is during the middle of the day. So that means Xbox's conference comes first, so we could get that Starfield tease that I was talking about. Look, I won't get too much into it, but I'm going to be doing the Xbox one earlier in the day, of course, when it happens, and then I'm going to do a reaction for the Bethesda one when that one happens later at night, and I'll have both of them up on the same day.
Right.
And then we're going to come back to our channel next day.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, coming right back here. So, first thing Monday, June 10th, come right back over here to Nerd TV to start. Basically, what we're going to be doing is recapping for what happened on Saturday and Sunday, giving our opinions, our thoughts on those 2 days, on what's coming out.
Full breakdown.
Big old full breakdown on that. And then, coming in, we are going to then be talking about the Ubisoft and Square Enix stuff coming out with that as well.
Full reactions to both.
Yes, big time. So it's gonna be huge. And then, of course, roll over to Tuesday on the 11th of June. We are definitely going to be putting our thoughts and opinions and things definitely into this on all the new Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo stuff.
Woo! Which this guy right here is gonna be
I've been a Nintendo person my whole life, so that's going to just blow me away. I'm hoping for the very best.
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid Prime 4.
Woo!
Plus.
Stop it!
We're gonna reveal plus. Let's do it. But yeah, could we get a tease of Switch 2? Who knows? Nintendo, I think is gonna be the big one, but yeah, that one's gonna be exciting. I don't know anything about Nintendo this year. I have no idea. I'm sure there's stuff about there, but I'm doing my absolute hardest to avoid as much leaks and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're less than a couple weeks away.
Because you're seeing it and it's popping up and everything with Nintendo and this and that. This is new for Nintendo, but we're like, no, we can't see it yet.
Yep.
No, I don't want to see it just yet. Gotta wait.
Yep. So we're gonna do the whole E3 week coverage, starting on my channel with the reactions. And then we're coming back to do our Nerd Talk breakdown of those first 2 days. And then we're going to do a reaction and breakdown to the Ubisoft and Square Enix, as well as Nintendo on Tuesday. So we're going to have a lot of fun. So that's still a week and a half or so away. But we wanted to give you guys a heads up on the schedule because we know it is quite soon. It's not as far as we initially thought. So we're going to keep more of a little video game theme going. We're going to talk. So there's a couple of other big things or topics we're saving. So we have plenty more videos to talk about in between here and E3 still. So we're excited to tell about E3 as you can tell because it's going to be. I think this one's going to be a good one. I think there's going to be a lot of big surprises. I mean, obviously the first big surprise is no Sony. But the weirdest thing is I did actually try to count the games that they could have talked about, and there was only 2 or 3 games that haven't come out yet. So they have Last of Us 2 and then Death Stranding, and they could have done COD. So I think I understand why they chose to sit this one out. Yeah. They're like, we're gonna wait till next year when we have a ton of stuff to talk about. That way we could really surprise you guys. And then Xbox, this year is Xbox's year, so I'm super excited for that because I'm a huge Xbox nerd.
Microsoft has stepped up.
So, anyway, so that's our topics today. We talked a little Call of Duty. We talked a little bit about, one quick thing that I wanted to throw in. If you guys didn't know, Jessica Jones Season 3 was just announced, and it is coming in a couple of weeks. Actually, I think it's next Friday, if I'm being completely honest. And then we also had a really quick announcement about something we're starting this Friday.
Yes, I didn't think it was coming anytime soon. Time just flew by. I had no idea it was coming this quick. But our brand new series that we're going to be starting right on Friday is our Nerd Watch.
Yes.
Woo! To where you can be able to sit with us and watch different series that's coming out, and just enjoy it. Come in and just enjoy it with us. And I think it's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And our first series is what I'm excited about because we're going to be checking out Swamp Thing, which starts this Friday. So that's why we're doing our very first episode this Friday. So we're excited about it. It's going to be awesome. And of course, if you guys haven't watched any other big reactors who do this content, we're going to do the thing where we have to cut down the episode because obviously we can't show too much of an episode. It's like watching it for free. So we're gonna keep it really shorter. That way you can see the best parts of our reaction to the episode, and then we'll break it down and have a ton of fun with Nerd Watch. We're also going to be doing a movie reaction in the near future. We've talked about it one time before on the channel. We're going to be doing a Nerd Watch for Venom because we still haven't seen it. I know we get it. We're late to the party. We get it. But yeah. So anyway, guys, we hope you enjoyed. I'll let Bear leave us off with a little bit of our usual.
And of course, thank you so much for watching. Of course, don't forget to leave your comments down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button if you like this video. And also, if you're new to this channel, please go ahead and hit that big old red subscribe button. And again, thank you so much for watching. This has been Bear.
And this has been Abe.
And thank you for watching Nerd Rage TV. See you.